Fucking hell. It's a lot harder doing it every step.
So, we're getting into it. Here's the Tiny Office picks today. We're going to do my picks and we're going to do Ariel's picks. Actually, we're going to do Ariel's picks first.
No. I want to hear your picks
Let's do
first.
Ariel's.
I want to copy yours.
No, you're the guest. You're the guest. Come on, we got to do yours first, right? So, it's UFC 314.
Yes.
We're only going to do 3 fights. Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
Top 3.
Your show.
We got Alexander Volkanovski versus
What a fight.
Diego Lopez.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Diego Lopez has just been surging. He's been a whirlwind. He just popped on the scene, and the dude has just been incredible. And it's non-stop. He's like must-see TV.
Oh, yeah.
All right? And Volkov, the legend, the vet, beloved by the MMA community and just an absolute beast in his own right. It's crazy because it's kind of like, could be the passing of the torch in a sense, right?
To a degree, yeah.
So, who do you pick in that fight? What do you think is going to happen?
Golly, Randy, you got to do this to me. Both these guys so nice. I think ultimately the winner is going to be the fans. I think the fans. Does that count? No,
that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
So, Volk's a legend, and there's a lot of question marks surrounding him because he hasn't fought in a year. He's taken a long time off. He came back quickly, right? He came back quickly. He took the short notice fight against Islam Makhachev. He came back a little too quick against Ilya. He got stopped for the second time, and it was shocking. We had never seen him get stopped like that, And so I'm so happy that he took that time off. Now there's a bit of a red flag because he's starting to talk about the end, and when they start to talk about the end, the fighters start to talk about the end. You're like, oh, are you in? Are you out? 1 foot in? How motivated are you? You've had a great career, all these things and more. But ultimately, he has been here before. Yeah. This is Diego's first real big. He's never headlined a pay-per-view. And so I'll lean towards the legend who's been here, who's trying to right the wrong, one last hurrah. He's saying a lot of the right things. Honestly, I'm being 1,000%, I'm not trying to sit on the fence. A multitude of scenarios wouldn't shock me. A Diego stoppage wouldn't shock me. A Volk stoppage wouldn't shock me. A decision wouldn't shock me. But ultimately, I'll go with the legend Volk, old man Volk. Okay. OG Volk.
OG Volk.
One last ride. What do you think?
Is he Unk? He's Unk.
Yeah, he's
Unk status.
I think he's 36 or 37.
He's
so he's
right
Unk
there.
status.
He's Unk status. He's
Uncle Volk.
Yeah, Unk Volk. You know what? I think I'm gonna go the opposite from you.
Okay, yeah. I had a feeling you were gonna do that.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I think that this guy has been on fire. He's surging. He's younger. He's hungrier. And I typically don't like to base my picks based off of what happened in a fighter's last fight. And I know that's blasphemy, right? I typically just look at the fighter's skill set itself, and I can say, how do these two styles match up? I try to forget everything each one of them has accomplished, and let's look at it stylistically, and what are the ways this guy can beat that guy, and what are the ways that this guy can beat that guy? And that's typically how I like to make my picks. So I do believe that Diego has a multitude of ways to beat, an older guy, and a guy that's shorter,
Younger, faster, hits really hard. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things going against Volk, and there's this thing about guys over 35 in title fights.
Yeah.
None of these things are working in his favor.
So
it would be a good story.
It would be. It really would be, because he's a sweetheart of a man, and we love that dude.
Yes.
We love that dude.
And truly has flown the flag and really has been an unbelievable company man for the UFC. He has stepped up. He's active. When he was a champ, he was fighting 3 times a year, and how could you not love that?
That's true.
In an era where you're getting maybe one, like him and Pereira, Izzy was the same. By the way, can you rip your pants off? Is that what this is with the buttons here?
I can.
What is going on?
It's
like those old basketball pants.
Yeah, it's a little Carhartt. This is actually a jumper, like a jumpsuit. You know what I mean?
The whole thing?
The whole thing. It's just tucked in there.
For real?
Yeah, you know how I do.
Damn.
I gotta
Hey, I got my Action Bronsons right here. Do you have Action Bronsons?
I do. I got the purple ones.
Okay.
I got the purple and blue.
Sorry.
Every time I rock them, people are like, yo.
People love them, huh?
Those? Yeah,
the baklavas. Yeah.
Baklava.
I'm trying to change the subject here so we don't talk about the picks. Okay, yes.
Okay, we got that out of the way. Next fight. What's the co-main event?
Patty Pimblett, Michael Chandler, 5-round lightweight.
Talk to me, man.
Is this a passing?
Are you sold on Patty? What's the word?
Listen, I've been sold on Patty since 2017. I was one of the first North American journalists to talk to Patty, to have Patty on my show, and then he stabbed me in the back.
Y'all had beef? I forgot.
Listen,
y'all had beef.
It was one-sided beef.
This dude got beef.
This guy stabbed me in the back.
Really?
But
I don't remember the beef. I don't remember beef, but I know y'all had beef. We're not even going to get into it.
No, it's fine. No, we had a misunderstanding, but I have love for him. He's an incredibly entertaining fighter. For whatever reason, people don't want to give him his props. Maybe it's his look. Maybe it's his physique. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it was the loss against
Jared Gordon. I maintain that was not a good, decision. That should have gone to Jared, and I feel for Jared. He never got to right that wrong. But I think he has proven his spot. And I love this matchmaking because it's either an opportunity for Chandler to get a big one and get back on track, and he's been a great company man, or it's the next step up for Patty. Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green, Michael Chandler. Like, it's perfect matchmaking.
The UFC doesn't do it enough. Am I wrong? Correct me if I feel like they don't give the guys that are up and coming enough chances to fight the OGs.
Patty up and coming? He's been here.
He's been here.
It's about time they take this push into the next gear.
Diego Lopez they gave him an opportunity. Who did he fight? That was a huge opportunity for him.
Brian Ortega?
It was Brian Ortega. Yes.
Yeah, no, that was huge.
I love that. It's like, give these guys a chance to now fight the other guy up. You know what I mean?
100%.
I want to see that.
No, there's
more
a lot of the guys like welterweight and lightweight. They just want to fight each other
over and over, and I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
100%. That's why, shout out to Dustin Poirier. He fought Benoit Saint-Denis.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I love that. That was
not
huge.
a lot of people do that, and he won the fight. And a lot of people thought he was going to get smoked. We've seen a couple of these.
We got to do that more often.
Yeah.
We got to let these guys. A guy has to sit there and fight all these prospect after prospect after prospect, and then you got these subset of guys that are just sitting here.
Yeah, who won't fight anyone.
Like stars that are just and it's like, what are we doing? Like, get them out of here or fight. Like, you got to fight. Don't just hover. But anyway, back to the picks.
Yeah,
that just frustrates me.
Tough one to predict. Ultimately, Chandler comes on the show, Patty doesn't. So, I mean, I guess I have to go with Chandler on this one. Chandler's the man.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that, I've been covering for a really long time, since he was in Strikeforce. People don't remember he was in Strikeforce for a cup of coffee. Then he went to Bellator and was the face of Bellator for a long time. But I love that fight. Like, that fight just seems so fun,
it's gonna be full of action. I'm gonna go again.
You're going Patty, yeah.
I'm gonna go Patty.
You're going with all the youngins.
Yeah. You know what it is, man? Is Chandler fights in a way where it's these, and I don't want to say it's fight IQ. He's just super entertaining, and he just goes.
Yeah.
And whether he'll sacrifice a skill that that he has in order to just, I'm in your face, I'm coming.
What you're saying is you want him to go back to his bread and butter.
I want him to use the skill set that he has, because we know he has that skill set, And if he doesn't use that skill set, I think Patty might catch him in something, in a submission.
I'm curious about that because, so you tell him to use his wrestling, right? But Patty's jiu-jitsu is actually quite good.
It is.
So, do you want to do that?
I think if he uses it in the right way, take him down.
Patty's gotten caught by a couple of guys, in his early UFC fights who are way less, talented as far as striking is concerned than Michael is. So,
but Chandler's all hooks, man.
Yeah.
He's all hooks. And he's good. He's exciting, but he really is just all hooks.
5 rounds favors Chandler or Patty? Chandler's been in a multitude of 5-round fights.
Probably Chandler.
Yeah.
Probably Chandler. Depends on his approach, I think. If he goes in there and he just starts swinging hooks, falls and ends up in these crazy unnecessary exchanges, grappling exchanges, I think that he can get caught, you know. But I think he does have the ability to win as well if he, keeps it on the feet and try to, be smart. Maybe even use the wrestling, take him down, but, keep those hips, control those hips, put him up against the cage that way, Because you know how people love cage control.
Yes.
I think that's
the judges.
massive. The judges love
it.
cage
Yes, we
control.
just saw
I
it
guess.
with
Speaking of cage control,
Alive.
real quick, did you think I lost my last fight?
Oh wow, you can put me on the spot like this. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to tuck that in because cage control. All right, let's
damage is the #1 criteria.
That dude touched my face one time.
Yeah.
One punch, and they found that punch and he pounded and posted it. What a bastard! Right?
You'll get that one back.
I will. I was on a streak. Like, come on.
I know.
Don't do me like that.
I know.
Crazy. But anyway, next fight. No, did I make my pick? I did.
Yeah,
right?
you said Patty, right?
I did Patty. I did say Patty. All right. We got one more fight. What's the other fight there?
Patricia Pitbull making his UFC debut against Yair Rodriguez, and Pantera against Pitbull. What a fascinating fight, right?
What do you think about Pitbull?
Man, I love Pitbull, but he's getting up there. He's close to 40 now, 37, 38. Been in a lot of wars. Has been inactive. Has pretty much sat out the whole year.
What took so long to get him over here, man?
PFL wasn't just going to give him up. I get it. They're figuring things out. But I love the fact that he's getting this opportunity. That he's at least going to get hopefully a couple of fights. He's a freaking beast. He is an OG in the sense that he's like, I'll fight anyone, anytime, anywhere. Him and his brother. Patricky as well.
Pandetta.
I mean, Yair is incredible. Height difference there. Yair's been here before. He's been in, he's been in some big fights. I'm not ready to count him out. I don't really know. Like, will the octagon jitters be a thing for Pitbull? First time in the UFC. Sometimes people need to get that out of their system. Didn't really affect Michael Chandler when he came in and fought Dan Hooker a few years back.
I typically don't believe in that. But,
yeah, some guys say it, but I feel like it's more like the young, like a dude who's like 6-0. You know what I mean? As opposed to someone who's been in the game for this long.
I remember a memory that I have of you. Right? You were asking me, and you kept asking me, and I got so frustrated.
You got annoyed?
You kept asking me.
It's all coming. It's like a therapy session.
You were like, right? You were like, are you nervous? Because I had about 6 fights.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely wasn't ready. I was not ready for the UFC. And you kept asking me about the pressure, because the first episode of Dana White looking for a fight after Sage Northcutt.
Yeah.
And looking for a fight was supposed to be this, what the contender is today. It was supposed to be this huge thing, and it didn't pan out to be what the contender is, at least. And you kept asking me, and all the journalists kept asking me about the pressure. And I'm like, you're annoying me because there is no pressure for me. I just want to go fight, right? And some people are like that, where they're just like, they don't give a damn, like they're super nonchalant about it. And then there are people who are like, overanalyze everything, and the moment becomes bigger than them, and it's just like.
I could see how that would be annoying.
Yeah.
Like 2 days before a fight, you're cutting weight.
But you weren't the only one. Like everyone's asking me, like the pressure.
It's a natural question.
It really is. It is.
But I could see on your side of the fence why it would be annoying.
But it's all good.
But I don't think a guy like that is going to be.
Not at all.
He's been around forever. He's been the face of Bellator as well. Defended his title, won the title, lost the title, got it back. Has been in big fights, AJ McKee, etc. God, that's a really tough one. I don't know.
Come on, you got to do it.
Nah, man. I think Yair follows me on Instagram and Pitbull doesn't. So can I go with that? Can I go with Yair?
No, man.
But I didn't. Like, you can't see my mouth right now, so hopefully this mic's not working. This dude got mad at me for picking against him, and now you're making me do the same to other people who and these are like.
I wasn't
5 of the 6 dudes. I
was annoyed.
You were like mad, like you held it against me. You had the doll.
I just took it personal. Like, I took that
for like 4 or 5 years.
Nah, I just took it personal. It just was on my mind,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, he was like, and I took that personal.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm
but
seeing
it made
your
me
team
better.
over here. They're like, yeah, you talk mad shit about this guy. You hated him.
No. Yair's your pick?
I think so, yeah.
All right, Yair's the pick.
I bet you're going with Pitbull.
I'm going with Yair.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Yair. I think Yair is highly skilled, and I really don't think he gets the credit he deserves. He's very skilled, and
well-rounded.
Very well-rounded.
He's come a long way.
Yeah, we watched him grow inside the octagon since the Ultimate Fighter and all that. Yeah. What a beast! So I'm gonna go with him.
This is a great card. So far, the card of the year. I know
we're early, but
one quarter, and they always bring bangers to Miami.
Yeah, man, because Miami is such a huge it's a fighting city. It really is. It's a fighting city. Backyard beefs and all that stuff.
Oh,
it really
Kimbo,
is.
Jorge Masvidal. But every time they've gone over the past few years, and there's like, I mean, top to bottom, it's a really, really good card. And they just added they added John Silva against Bryce Mitchell, which is a great fight. Carlos Prates against Jeff Neal is a great fight as well. Like the whole damn thing is great.
That's my fight. That was my fight.
That was your fight?
That was my fight.
Who, you and Carlos?
Me and Carlos, yeah, but me and Neil.
Oh, you and Neil.
Me and Neil, that was my fight.
All right, we'll get there.
It is what it is.
Kansas City.
Kansas City first, me and
Have a little Danish, and then you move. No, you get it?
I see what you did there. I like that. I like that,
A little Kansas City Danish?
I don't like sweets, so.
I like Nicholas. He's a great guy with a great story as well. He's a good human being, so I'm looking forward to that.
He's talking shit to me on the gram.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I was just like, what the hell? And I don't talk shit, so he came.
What'd he say?
He came at me. He called me a cheater and all that.
For real?
Yeah.
Dolby.
The guy's been quiet his whole career, but now you got energy for me.
Wow.
It's insane. I mean,
he's in the comments?
No, he did a whole post.
Oh, damn.
Saying that, the only way that I'm going to win is if I, bring my precious eye pokes and all that type of shit. He was talking a little spicy. He was talking a little spicy,
right.
But, the guy's, he's a contradiction. He's may be a good guy, but he's a gay rights activist and
oh, damn, I didn't know we were going there. Yes, and
you're,
what?
You're a
What's
gay rights activist. You're a Black Lives Matter activist as well. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. But with all of that, You're a Viking. You call yourself a Viking. How you gonna call yourself a Viking? That's everything they go against all of that shit. Like you're a walking contradiction. But anyway.
All right, man, we just sold the fight here.
That's all I'm saying. That's weird. That's weird. That's it. But anyway, thank you for coming on the show, man.
You're the man,
We
Randy.
appreciate you, bro, so
look
much.
At this. Can I take this? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's yours.
Wow.
You got to pay for it now.
Oh, okay. Wow, look at this. Oh yeah, look at this.
Oh man, Ariel Helwani, ladies and gentlemen, give him a clap. Thank you so much, Ariel. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Wow, nice audience.